Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Yeah, so guys, picture this. You know, it's really bad when palm-colored people, especially matters to do with security, you know, when palm-colored people are now warning their own children to stay away from their own people, their own race, all right?
Yeah, so we came across a very interesting video where a white woman was asking her child if he would happen to get lost. And you know, this reminds me of the bear versus man situation. Yeah, this is one of those videos. So she asks her son if he were to get lost, whom would he rather help him? And the kid innocently says a black man, you know. And this video brought quite a controversy on TikTok.
Right. So guys, we want to play a video and we just want you to watch it very keenly, and we'd really like to hear your own opinion. You can leave it on the comment section, and for those who've not subscribed, kindly consider doing so, and remember to turn on the notification bell so that you can be getting our episode as soon as we post them, right? So let's watch this and then we come back and talk about it, guys.
What do you do if you get lost?
Find a big black guy.
You find a big black guy, and what do you tell him?
And that I lost.
Oh, do I need to tell you there's a bunch of white people really upset about that video? Stitching it, duetting it in the comments. Oh, this is racist. Actually, if you want to be real about it, statistically, based on the data, any child would be safer approaching a strange black man than they would a strange white man. So let's look at some numbers. Convictions of possessing images of children. White people, 86%, while black make up only 4%. I'd say white people damn near cornered the market. Now, when you talk about assault of a child, the numbers are a little bit different, but white people still excel. 42% are white, 18% are black, but I feel these numbers might be skewed. For example, Hispanic make up 10% of the abuse. They also make up 10% of the possession of images, so those seem to be pretty close to each other, while these other numbers are way off. Now factor in that black people are 7 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of a serious crime, including that kind of assault, than white people are. Then think about all of the priests at the Catholic Church hid and protected and moved around. All of the pastors that we've recently found out the Southern Baptists were protecting. Think about all of the well-respected white teachers and coaches and scout leaders over the years where people just didn't believe the children, didn't believe that that good man was capable of that. And it's not hard to imagine that these numbers should probably be closer to those. And as long as we're talking fun facts, let's look at this one. They looked at SA convictions from 2006 to 2017, and you know what they found? There was a 1,330.47% increase in sentences of black individuals and a 8.6 decrease in sentences for white individuals. So white people, far more likely to do it, also more likely to receive a lenient sentence for it. So while I'm real sorry if that first video triggered you, statistically speaking, that mom is right. And maybe you should teach your children to do the same thing.
I feel us involving black men is wrong. It puts them in danger of police interaction and other violence. I am torn, though, because it's a child. Okay. Hear me out. I feel very torn about this. Like, I understand. Like, I get it. The statistics don't lie. The math is completely and totally mathin', right? We know without a shadow of a doubt, unequivocally, that a child would be safer in the hands of a black man than anyone else. However, okay, as the mother of a black son, the wife of a black husband, daughter of a black father, sister to a black brother, blickety black ass cousin to a bunch of blickety black ass cousins, I fear that we would be setting them up for harm. Not only from the police. I need y'all to think bigger, okay? Imagine little Becky or little Bobby gets lost. They find themselves a nice, big, strong black man. I'm lost. And now you have Karen and Ken stepping in and now threatening that same black man and accusing that black man of atrocities. We know it. You know it. I know it. That is what will happen. That's one. Two, I'm not okay with us, black folks, again being saviors. We had enough of that, right? When we were slaves, we had to breastfeed your babies. We had to take care of your babies. We had to watch your babies, school your babies, discipline your babies. So we are still going to perpetuate this notion that black people are still in the year of 2022 supposed to be taking care of little lost white children? Really? I think not. Okay? So I feel for the little lost children of the world that happen to be palm colored, but what we're not going to do is put that onus and responsibility to be the savior yet again for other people. Y'all need to take care of your own children. I said what I said. Sorry.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section, right? I find this quite interesting because a lot of the first guy said it best, yeah? And we wanted to play you the two point of views of these two different people from two different races so that you can get both their point of view, all right? And if you do agree with either of them, kindly let us know and let us know the reason why, right?
Right.
And you guys, when you look at America right now, you know there are documentaries. You can correct me if I'm wrong because I don't live there, so I might get it wrong maybe. But normally when we watch documentaries and you look at as the first guy who was trying to analyze the situation, and he was saying palm-colored men mostly are the ones who are normally found. Not to say that black
It's
people are not
exclusively
involved.
white people.
Yeah.
You're saying mostly a bigger number of.
I feel like this is because the reason why is because they're used to walking around so invisible that they feel like they get away with doing just about anything, of which for a long time they've managed to get away with doing a lot of things, you know. For instance, let's take these documentaries we normally watch, yeah. You look at the number of people who normally, those pedos who normally visit countries like Thailand, countries like Philippines, to go and guys, if you've not watched any documentary, I'd encourage you to go and watch for yourself. You look at the majority of men who go to do this is palm-colored people. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and you know, also, and as this white, okay, and you know, also, as this palm-colored man was saying, a lot of them, you'll also find them with inappropriate photos of children.
I remember there was a case we were watching, an interview of a very famous YouTuber here in Kenya. She's called Lingugi, right? This lady was interviewing a lady who got married to a man, a white man from, I can't remember the specific country. I don't know if it was Switzerland or Germany, okay? So she married this man, and for her, it was always her dream to go to marry a white man and go live abroad, all right? So when she got there, she was wondering, the family of the man really welcomed her so well, and you know, she expected being a black girl from an African country
to be an issue.
Exactly, she was expecting it to be an issue, and she had readied herself to face resistance. But the moment she got to meet the family of this man, and he wasn't exactly one, he was, I mean, young, he was in his 40s, yeah? So she was wondering why this man was single to that age, and he looked like quite a good prospect for a bachelor, okay? So now the question was, why was it that the family was welcoming her so much and they were pushing them to get married as soon as possible,
only for her to later on realize that this man was a, you know, child predator, you know.
Exactly.
And also this woman, the black woman who's spoken in this video, I feel like I also understand her sentiments when she says that by admitting that when children get lost, they're much safer with black people than white people. It's like putting a target on black men's back. I feel like I also understand her side
Concern.
of, yes, because in her own opinion, she says, like, already right now, black people live under a microscope. And also the white guy says that right now, more black people are likely to be incarcerated than white people.
Yeah, especially for a false crime they did not commit. And guys, this brings me back to the episodes that we've covered on this channel. We've seen men who literally spent over 40 years for a crime they did not commit, just because a palm-colored person did not want to be accountable for their own actions. So it was easy for them to call out wolves with a black man.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So when you factor in the history of America and the justice system, the way it's designed against black people, you ask yourself, is when black people
Is it
help,
a good thing for black people to be saviors to white babies?
although being humane, I feel like it's just generally a personal calling, and it's just good to help someone in need. Although I also get her concerns, but I don't know you
because
guys.
you know, she's also given a very good scenario whereby she said, imagine if a man rescues a baby who is lost, and then they meet with a Karen and a Ken, and then they accuse this man of trying to kidnap this baby. You know, no matter what this baby says, this man will still end up being arrested, because they will think he intimidated the kid into not saying that.
Yeah, and you know, in American society, they always believe the palm-colored people before they believe the black people, right? And that is how you end up spending your days in prison, despite being innocent. And I'm telling you, even in today's society, you know, when you watch these current videos, and you look at a whole grown person, palm-colored person acting out, because I see a lot of those videos, acting out in a situation they created themselves, because
and they'll even go to a point of falling down on the ground and blaming a black person for punching them or throwing them on the ground.
Despite there being evidence of video evidence, they still call the police to try and lie about the situation. So it's like they've weaponized the police system against black people, because they know when they call the police, they respond very, very quickly. You know. So I don't know, you guys. Let us know what you think about this video. But personally, that is my thought on the matter.
Yeah, I feel like helping is not bad,
but
thing,
at the same time,
if you're in America, it can turn out to be a very tricky situation.
Exactly.
So yeah, although I really thank God for, you know, social media right now, and most especially recording gadgets. If you are ever to find yourself in such a situation, you record your encounter with the baby from the very get-go when you meet the baby, you know.
Yeah, there's this saying they normally say, good intentions pave way to
hell.
Yeah. So I'll just leave you with that, guys. And you let us know what you think about this episode. But at the end of the day, I still feel like black people were made with such big and forgiving hearts, because even here in Kenya, you'll find that when somebody has an altercation with, look at, for example, the case where King Charles was coming back to Kenya, right? Kenyans, a lot of them forgot that the atrocities that, guys,
no,
if
they
you
didn't forget. They just said
to forget.
So long
to
as
forgive.
so long as he asks for forgiveness, I'm good with it. Let him come, you know, like.
And that is the weakness with black people, you know.
Yeah,
and then when you go, because this is why I normally say children need to be taught the whole history of our country. When you go and watch these videos of colonization, look at what King Leopold did in Congo.
Yeah, you end
cutting off children's hands.
Yeah.
They even made chocolate in form of the hands they were cutting off to mimic black people, and they were eating it, you know.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of things children are not taught, and those are the kind of things black people are forgiving and allowing them back, you know. And that is how history always repeats itself.
Yeah, so guys, let us know if you are to find yourself in this situation where you have a choice of helping you know, palm-colored baby. What would you do, and how would you tackle that situation? If you are to help that baby, how would you tackle that situation to ensure that you also stay safe, you are not blamed for anything that has happened previously to this kid?
You know, that also brings my mind to this situation where, okay, here in Africa, let me just speak for Kenya, because that is where we are at. There's this situation where if you find someone on the road, they've been in an accident or they've been mugged, you find yourself in a situation where you're the person who can provide help. Nowadays, people refrain from helping people from, let's say, if they need to go to the hospital, because first of all, they don't want, because you might be helping somebody, you get them to the hospital, and then they happen to be poor and they can't afford the bill, they'll turn that situation on you, because they want you to pay their hospital bill. You see that? So anyway, you just be careful with helping. Is not bad, but just ensure
you have an insurance,
exactly,
a way to protect yourself.
Yeah. So guys, I think we leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining our episode. Let's catch you on the next. For those who've not subscribed, kindly consider doing so and turn on the notification bell.